That is not the right setup. It's a wrong intro. Oh my gosh. It is a surprise Monday stream. We surprised ourselves. So I guess we're going to play the right intro now. How's that sound? Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, there we go. Now we're rolling and rocking and rolling with it. There we go. Well, welcome to a special Christmas edition of Weekly Kickoff. We're not going to stream on Christmas Eve this week, so we're going Monday night, and hopefully a lot of you are celebrating your win this week. But if you're not, tell us how sad you are in the chat as well. Sorry if you didn't win your matchup this week. That's super sad. Anyway, ho, ho, ho. And now that I've introduced the other three guests, we'll just get on started there. No, I'm kidding. That was good though, right? No, I'm kidding. We've only got one on the stream tonight. Amber, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Oh man, I'm really glad to be here. So this is a combined effort of Queen's Ransom and Weekly Kickoff because Wednesday's Christmas, man. I got some like fun games to play. I got a PJ party. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know it will.
PJ party sounds fun.
I know. I think I'm just. I think we're not going to shoot on Christmas. I mean, how many people really want to talk about fantasy football besides us on Christmas? I don't know.
I feel like some people do.
Yeah, I mean, if it were in the right place and time, but I think we're just going to combine efforts tonight, and let's get it. Let's get started early on week 17. Right?
That's right. I can't wait. Championship week. Yeah. Now we're joined by Brandon. What's up, Brandon? Thanks for joining us again.
Of course, thank y'all for having me. Excited to be back where it all started. So
absolutely.
So, and of course, Kyle and Corey.
Love it. Kyle, how you doing tonight, my man?
I'd be doing better if I'd have won more semifinal matchups.
Man, who you telling?
I got the shaft.
Who you telling?
I only won 2 out of my 5 semifinal matchups, so I'm in 2.
Well, at least you were in 5.
And I'm not in a money league championship. That makes me sad. My dynasty teams both crapped the bed that was still alive this week.
Yeah.
Big sad.
All right. Now, considering we have Amber on here and we have Brandon, who is a Washington fan, I'll go ahead and throw this up here from Dennis that said, Amber, great call on McLaurin.
Hey, Dennis, that's my guy right there, dude. He's been joining us. I'm so happy that you're here, and thanks for joining us weekly now for a bit and jumping on the app as well. And yeah, dude, like how are we going to everybody? I heard so many bad calls about
I was down on McLaurin.
Bad matchup. It's this, it's that. It's Jaden Daniel is him. Jaden Daniels is him. How is McLaurin has proved himself through his entire season. So why
except for week 11 against
Philly. Week 11 against Philly.
Two catches for a yard had me down on McLaurin.
And I went in and explained that on Sunday on Spilled Coffee. I'm like, look, Jaden Daniels was slightly injured in week 11. The whole team wasn't at their best. They were not well physically. And it was a fluke. It was an absolute fluke. Go ahead, Brent. I'm going to let you chime in on your team, man.
And I also think from being a Commanders fan and seeing Terry's had like 7-8 different quarterbacks, this is like the first quarterback I really feel like he has a connection with. So, and I'll be honest, I was skeptical coming into the season with a rookie, but I mean, he's definitely proved me wrong. And I always knew Scary Terry, as I like to call him, I would be a top receiver, but definitely seeing how it's played out now. I mean, definitely I'm not going to always say a must start going forward, but in most cases, you can definitely start him. And again, he'll get you the points you need. So
top tier. I think he proved that this week. He proved that was a fluke last time they played, and that you can pretty much rely on him week in, week out.
And then plus the Eagles had the #1 defense coming in. So I mean,
I mean, but name me a team that a player this year that hasn't had at least one bad week.
Oh, everybody.
I'll wait. Anybody got one?
Right.
Saquon
Right.
Barkley, has he had one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he
him
has.
or I was gonna say Barkley or maybe like
Derek
Gibbs.
Henry has.
I mean, and let's even take like committee or a joint effort off the field. Like let's take that. Like we have to take the Packers and the Chiefs and all that for wide receivers out of the game. Like even people who are solidly a single handed I'm gonna get you a minimum of 15 to 18 points a week. Like there's been one bad week for all of them. So
Actually,
wait,
Kyle called it on Gibbs. Gibbs hasn't had any week that he didn't score double-digit points.
ooh, double digit meaning like 10.1 points or like
he did have one that was 10.4.
There you go. And that for me, I'm sorry if I'm going with I consider that you're considering 15 or more. I feel like in my brain, at least in like a regular PPR, no extra points, like RB stuff, whatever situation.
To me,
right?
single digits is a bust.
Yeah, and Saquon Barkley has had 3 single-digit games this season. So
if you're getting 10 points and that's a bad week, like I can live with that.
I am a woman. My expectations are way too high. Go ahead, Brandon. Sorry.
That's what I said. Then you got to think if you're going to get 10 points consistently. I mean, I'm going to always take that because I mean, at the end of the day, points are going to add up. I mean,
100%.
I know I can expect 10. I can expect 10. You're going to have at least one player on your team that go maybe shoot for 20. So I mean, you'll take that no matter what.
yeah.
I hear that.
Let's see. We got Tyler in the house. What up, man? What up? Jay with him. Yeah. He's pretty good. I'm a little salty just because, and I don't blame you one bit, but I'm an Arizona State fan too because my wife went to school there. So go Devils! But and then he transferred away and then won a Heisman, and that kind of sucked, man. So little salty there, but. Let's see. Dennis said Tyler would have disowned me if I didn't play him. Yep, exactly. Now you're assuming, Dennis, that he claimed you to begin with. So I don't know about that. That's a big assumption, maybe.
I did make a call in the beginning of the year. It's funny because one of my good friends asked me, he's like, who would you want the Bears to take? And I'm like, Jane Daniels, easily. And he's like, I'm so glad you said that. I'm like, yeah, no offense to Caleb. He's not bad by any means, but Jaden can manage a lot of things on his own versus Caleb needing to be taught and being and he has to be cultivated. Where I feel like Jaden came in the game with a lot more knowledge and a lot more extensive, like being able to read defenses better, all of those things, right? And the Bears, we keep looking for that guy. I don't know what they're doing. I think we're just trying to create media or something.
There's a lot of hype around Caleb.
Look at the bright side. Caleb has better fingernails
than me. So, I mean, that's a win, right?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Let me get back up here where we're at here. And Tyler says those antlers look like pieces of coral. And they kind of do.
Now we know why the Great Barrier Reef is dead.
It's all my fault. It's fine.
Amber needed antlers, and so here we are.
I did.
That's right. There we go. Mr. Magic in the finals. Let's go. What's up, man?
Let's go.
I love it.
It's very nice.
Albert, on a Monday night, unannounced, we just do this Christmas special. And of course, Albert still finds a way. This guy, I love Albert so much. Thanks for popping in here, man. Love it.
It's funny though. I'm always waiting for him to ask a question. Does he ask you guys questions?
No. Albert just hangs out.
Sometimes he'll ask questions, but
what
times he's just lurking. But sometimes he'll ask a question.
He just
he could be in the hospital and flatline, and if we went live unannounced, he'd pop back out of it just to pop in and say, "What's up, guys?" and then finish dying.
Whenever he misses his emoji, though, I just do this for the next 10 minutes. Or I'm like, "Where's your emoji, Albert?"
Thanks, Albert. Love it. Man, I just found out that I had a weird pinky that doesn't go up all the way. That was weird. Anyways,
your pinky doesn't go straight. That's weird.
It does, but not. I have to work it.
I had to see if mine did there. I was like, oh
yeah, that's why I had to do the same thing. Yeah.
You need one of those crooked ones, like every football coach.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
messed that pinky up a lot, so I'm not really surprised. All right, let's see, Mr. Magic. If Kamara does end up coming back week 17 and Jalen plays and Walker doesn't, holy crap. Okay, which 3 do I play? Kamara, Charm, Keenan, Devonta.
All right. If you don't mind, I'm going to jump in on this because honestly, with Jalen's in concussion protocol, I don't see him clearing concussion protocol before next week. Like realistically, if you look at the stats of the entire season, I think it was, I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was only one player to clear before the next week. So I would just prep for him not playing. I don't see Walker playing either. And if he is, I think we're going to experience what we experienced this week as well. So also they said Kamara's probably out for the season. Corey's just hanging out.
Corey's camera's having issues.
So Mr. Magic, you might be in some trouble, my guy. I think, well, Keenan and Devonta and Sharps, that's it for me, but I digress.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be whichever 3 are healthy. If I don't know if Kamara. It sounds like Kamara's done probably for the year. So,
and it's the way the Saints' offense looked, especially tonight.
My God, it was horrible.
Yeah,
and like Henry Miller, what the heck are you like? Everyone's kind of excited for him, and that was nothing.
That wasn't it at all.
No, it was not okay.
Is what it was. It was gross. Yeah, 5.1 points. He had 8 carries for 15 yards. Woof. And only 2 receptions for 16 yards. Me and Kyle were talking about this the other day. Just hadn't seen a lot of him. Like, what was he going to look like when he came in, And it's just...
Green Bay's not the best matchup for running backs either. No. But
you're the guy.
Considering he was supposed to get a full workload, 8 for 15 is not great.
That's pretty rough, dude. That is really rough. So not liking that.
That's like me running up and down the stairs to do laundry, and then slipping and falling. That's what happened 6 weeks ago. So that was fun. It's really sad because I was like, I hate, and everybody, to anybody on the network who's watching this, I apologize for, I'm like Kendra for sheer volume, right? Kendra for sheer volume, but I underestimated the Packers and what they were coming to do today. So I should have known better because I'm a Bears fan, but here's my life.
I was going to say, as a Bears fan, you underestimating the Packers, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The maths. I love it. Dennis says, can we take a moment, just talk about the Falcons defense? That's what put me in the finals. Dude, that Falcons defense the last 2 weeks has just been tearing it up. And good play there against the Giants. Fantastic play there. So I'm figuring out who's playing the Giants this next week, and that's the defense I am picking up 100%. Because I'm not playing the Falcons defense against Washington. That's not something I'm doing. So
that's not something I'm comfortable with at all.
So this week was a good play. I'm not keeping them on my roster for the next week. Let some other sucker do that. But yeah, these last 2 weeks, they've just absolutely shown out, and a good defensive performance. That's usually how I get knocked out of the playoffs, is a good defensive performance. Like, really, your defense is going to knock me out? So I had a good defense this week that actually helped get me into the finals. I played the Bengals defense against Cleveland. It worked out for me. And so love winning that way, but I hate losing that way. Woo! Good job, Falcons defense. Oh, I'm very selfish for sure.
I do want to ask Brandon. I want to ask where you're sitting at real quick, just because I'm curious. Did you make it to any championships?
So in my 5 leagues, I made it to 4 in the playoffs.
Ooh.
3 got bounced last week, and then the one out in my own league, I was in the semifinals and I lost.
I feel your pain.
Between Travis Kelce, he gave me 8 points. Tony Pollard gave me 8 points.
I don't even mention Taylor Swift's boyfriend's name again in this show. All right.
I think
and I also did this. The Broncos been having the number 1 defense. So I said, okay, against the Chargers, they might. Again, you give me 10 to 12, I'll take it. They gave me 6, and I'm just like, okay.
I think next week. I think next week we should have a special episode, some sort of show where everybody can just air out their poopy lists of people who let them down in the playoffs.
Sign me up, please. Sign me up.
I mean, right now, who's on your naughty list, Kyle?
Jalen Hurts.
Yep, Jalen Hurts on a naughty list.
Concussed screwed me over.
Yep.
Trey McBride. I don't know if it's so much his fault or Kyler Murray's, but that hurt big time.
Yeah, big time.
And Aaron Rodgers not throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson. What is that junk about?
Please say that again, please.
The Jets can kiss my whole ass. I'm done.
Yeah.
Dead to me.
That's a lot of smooching, but yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
The whole 53-man roster's got room on there to kiss it.
Man. Amber, who's on your naughty list?
Oh God, I don't want to talk about it. I am. You know who's on my naughty list is myself.
The Bears. Oh,
it's me. No, me, myself, and I for making decisions based off of listening to other people and not my true intuition. So Isaiah Pacheco, I knew better, but I knew Pollard's been hurt. I understood the assignment. And I still very last minute made that flip when I already had my lineup set for an entire week. And I made the flip for instead of Spears, I put in Pacheco, and now I'm no longer going to win multiple hundreds of dollars. So doll hairs. I am, it's in the family league too, where I'm supposed to be the one, and I'm not the one. So
that's sad.
Here I am. Here I am, just crying.
I'm going to put Joe Mixon on my naughty list. Joe Mixon, just big letdown this week for sure.
Chiefs defense though.
I don't care. The week before that, Jerome Ford tore it up.
True.
And so
it's
like
a comment that we all made too. Yeah.
Surely Joe Mixon can pull this out because he's so much better and utilized so much more. No, that sucked so bad. And I played him over McLaurin in my flex spot. Luckily, there was only a 7-point difference, and I lost by 10, so it didn't make the difference. Probably made the loss a lot easier to take, losing by 10 instead of 3. So, and that was in my family league, where I have an incredible roster and somehow still lost. So, anywho, all right, that was my naughty list. I feel better, and I love Joe Mixon, obviously, but Boomer Sooner, but still. All right, let's get back up in here. Mr. Magic says, Kamara says he wants to get 1K rushing today. Yeah, well, don't know.
I'm assuming close. I'm assuming
maybe.
If we listen to players talk about what they want to do and what they're going to do, then we'd all be really bad at this. I just have to say that much.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this football over those mountains over there. You know,
I just want to wait and see. It's so early, right? This is way too early overreactions where it's I just don't know if he's going to be able to pull it out, right? And be present for this week.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because when do the Saints play?
Not even 100% sure.
They play on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday at noon. So we got a little bit of time. So, I mean, that's something we're going to monitor throughout the week, obviously.
Would you say that if he plays, it's a Christmas miracle?
Yes.
Hint, we got a cool T-shirt with Kamara on it that says Christmas Miracle Established 2020, because if you had him on your team in 2020, he scored you 5 touchdowns on Christmas Day and ruined your opponent's finals matchup. So my goodness. But speaking of merch, we've got cool stuff all on the merch. I believe there are links below on our YouTube channel where you can go find stuff. Kyle's wearing a nice little shirt in our merch store there. He's got, if CD Lamb, the GOAT Fantasy MVP there. I've got our Straight Out of Fab shirt on here. And I'm going to run a quick little promo video to tell you about the sale that we still have going on for our Black Friday sale. We decided to extend it. Happy holidays to you. So here's that. I'm not going to lie. That Ref's Kingdom shirt with the referee doing the tomahawk chop cracks me up, man.
So good. Got one sitting in the closet right here, waiting for hubby to wear it. So we're good to go on that. Because I honestly, after this week, okay, I'll say this. After this week, I was questioning like how much people were like, I'm like, are you guys really believe the refs are out for them? And I'm like, I to help them. And after this week, I'm questioning it. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, time out. Like, I respect what you're saying, but time out. You now have a different thing on your head. You don't have the antlers anymore.
No, we're changing it up. Yeah, I don't get to do wardrobe change very often, so
that's fantastic. Well, not on camera anyway. Yeah. It's not that kind of channel.
Yeah, wrong channel. Only fans.
Oh, let's save it for the Only FF fans.
There you go. Jorge lost in 2 leagues by a total of 4.25. Oh my God.
Brutal. You still got one that you're gonna owe us a cut in if you win next week. So
there you go. That's sad, dude. I feel for you on that. Like, that's why I was saying earlier, I'd rather lose by 10 than by 3, no doubt. Yeah.
I lost 1 by 6 exactly between those two, and that hurts bad.
He lost Hurts. Yeah. See, that hurt a lot of people.
McBride's the one that got me, my close one.
Yeah. So Jorge lost Hurts. So does he grab Bryce Young for the finals? I mean, I guess it depends on who is available out on waivers. But Bryce Young has actually been doing.
I don't hate that matchup against Tampa Bay either.
Yeah. He's been playing pretty decent.
If he's the best one available on waivers, I would, yeah.
So Corey and Cal, I must say, in one of my leagues, I picked up Cooper Rush, so he may be a sleeper. I don't know who does Dallas play.
They play Philly this week. Do not start Cooper Rush against Philly.
I did this week.
I don't care if it's a 16-team super flex. Stay away from that matchup.
Yeah, we have a final. It's a super flex, and we'll be starting a Penix over Cooper Rush this week. Okay. 100%. Yeah. So that is not gonna happen.
So Bryce, like, I like what he's doing. I mean, he's tossing the ball at least 25 times or more, if not more, like way more than that. Like this week was less than normal. They ran the ball a lot more, but I'm digging that. I'm digging that, Jorge.
Yeah, since their bye week, 35, 46, 34. I mean, goodness gracious, he's throwing some yards. So yeah, and he's actually rushing the ball quite well.
He had a rushing touchdown Sunday.
In the last 4 weeks, he scored 3 rushing touchdowns.
Oh.
On pretty long scrambles, honestly, like 20 yards out. Like, this dude's scrambling and scoring. So who knows?
I'm so glad. And can I say, I'm just so glad to see his game improve. And it's like, they got him a few weapons. They're working on some things. And it's like, I love to see this comeback story. Like, and I'm not saying it's beautiful because it's not, but everybody was out. We were out on B Young. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Now,
I love this.
No, I think this is an unfortunate situation though, where he's kind of doing fine in fantasy, but it's not going to translate to real life wins.
Right.
Kind of thing, like. So
they're still going to fix some other things to get to that point, but
honestly,
he's on the right track.
You get a young quarterback like that, of course, they're getting thrown on the worst team in the league. They're throwing him into a situation. Hey, rookie, go out here and try to fix this entire team. That the entire team is crap, but it's your job to fix it and make it look good, and try not to get murdered in the meantime, by the defense. And it's like, how do you succeed with that, right? So it was actually probably good for him to get pulled out, put a veteran in, let him learn a little bit, and now put him back in. He's looking so much better now. So
I got a question with that. So knowing that, I know that's kind of been a topic with rookie quarterbacks. Do you think it's beneficial the longer you stay in college, the more you succeed in the NFL? I mean, we look at Bo Nix. I know he's been in college almost 5-6 seasons. I mean, Jaden Daniels was the same. I think he stayed 4 or 5 years. I mean, and I know they've transferred, but I think that it kind of translates to success instead of just saying the normal 3 and 4 and then just kind of throwing out there to a bad team. I mean, how do y'all see that?
I think it more depends on the program and the system they're coming from, and then the system they land in when they get to the NFL, more than time spent. Because I've heard plenty of people talking about it, and I agree with it. College, pros, they don't really develop QBs anymore. They try to find one that fits the system they have in place already. So I don't really think now, 10 years ago, sure, I think time spent would have mattered way more in developing some of these guys, but I don't think they really spend as much time doing that anymore.
Well, why would you? Because they're just going to, if they get good, they're just transferring away from your program to go get more money. So there's no incentive for a university to develop a quarterback anymore, because they're just going to leave you to go get paid. So there's no incentive for them to stay there. But I agree. I think it's kind of, for me, kind of like Bryce Young. Obviously, he's good, but then he gets thrown on the worst team in the league. I mean, that's just the curse of being the best one and getting on the worst team, right? It's just kind of how the system's set up. And unless they do something good, now they tried to help Caleb Williams. They brought in all kinds of help for him, and it just didn't work out. Bryce Young,
except for an offensive line, which is the most important help.
Right. So that's probably
let's be realistic here.
They spent the money in all the wrong places, but they tried. At least they tried. Whereas Bryce Young, I mean, they were like, we're going to give Chuba Hubbard more money. And it's like, oh my God, like, what do you guys?
Is it just me, or can I?
I was going to say, am I the only one that lost his audio?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Corey. I thought it was just me.
No, it was me too. I thought I was the only one.
No, we're good. He's just miming around. Yeah. It's fine. But
he lost that audio. But it's funny, he was talking about the transfer portal. I saw a funny reel today on Facebook that was making fun of that. You know how they do the intros at the beginning of football games where it's like, I'm so-and-so, I went to this university or whatever. And it was like, oh, I'm so-and-so, I went to this college and this college and this college and this college and this college. They started listing like 3 or 4 colleges. I was like, yeah, that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Nope, still can't hear you, Corey.
No,
you're broken. You broke it. And I can't put questions on the.
Oh, you're not logged in? So, we're doing great. It's fine, guys. Welcome to Monday night.
Welcome to the last one of the season. Mixon was kind of a bust, but Strange really disappointed me. Yeah, I was in on Strange this week. A lot of people were on the network. And, that did not work out. It was sad.
I know it was an interesting game script because I was kind of watching that game, and as boring as it seemed, it was interesting that nobody could really get anything moving. And that was surprising. I don't know. Brandon, what are your thoughts? Did you end up watching any of that game?
So, I was thinking, we're talking about Strange, right? Because I was making sure we weren't talking about Mixon.
Yeah. Strange is where I'm heading.
Yeah, because I mean, like the last few weeks, I know with he's like I said, been killing it. I know this week he really just kind of bummed it out. So I was kind of surprised because I know a lot of people were in on him. Obviously, I was good when it came to my tight ends, but I know I'm kind of seeing the reception and targets he was getting. I was more surprised that he didn't have a bigger game this week. So.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting to me just because, like, we see what Ingram can do. What Ingram has done. We saw what he did what Strange did last week. But again, it's that boom bust. I mean, Kyle, you're the expert on the boom bust situation. Like, did you not like? I consider you the expert on boom bust.
I don't consider Kyle an expert in anything.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there you
go. Corey, he gets his soundbite just in time to come talk a little shit. But,
hey, what are brothers for?
Love you, brother.
He's like, psych, I was here all along. But I don't know if I'd call myself an expert on boom bust. But we've seen Strange have good games, and I thought for sure that was going to be a spot where he could do it again. And sometimes things just don't go according to plan.
I agree.
You see players have really good matchups against teams that have shut everybody else down.
Yep.
And you have teams that should, score infinite points against certain terrible defenses, and they get locked down. Stuff happens. If this was a perfect science, everybody would do it, and everybody would win. And that's why they play the game, so they say.
Yeah. Now, it is impossible for everybody to win, but that's just throwing that out.
But why?
That's like you're in a mall and you're looking at the map and it says you are here, and you're like, how do they know? Anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the Eagles and Giants play, and it's like, can they both lose? Like,
yeah, that would be great.
I agree.
No joke. Amber, don't worry. I put Harrison Jr. over Terry and Keenan Allen.
All right, Jorge.
I'm pretty sure I told you not to. So
I did have
for you.
Yeah, she would have told you that. I said that Harrison and Terry was going to be a bust last week in that show. So, see, not an expert. I was half right. But
hey, look, Sunday, I was very specific. I said Keenan Allen is going to get those. He's going to get that slot receiver play. He's going to get those check downs. And I'm going to create merchandise called Check Down City. And it's going to be real because that is Keenan Allen's job right now. Have you seen the catches that he's made? He doesn't even need the toe touch, and he's still making the toe touches in the middle of the field. Like I was out on him 3 weeks ago. He had a bad week 3 weeks ago, which I had a feeling. And then the past two, he's been. Anyways, I digress. But go ahead.
You can never be too safe. You got to get both feet down. Okay.
Like toe tapping the hash mark.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
it's like you didn't need to toe tap. You just fell on your face for no reason.
Like me. All right, sorry.
All right, looks like Jorge, lost by 2.25 with no Kamara, CMC, Hurts, Waddle, Eckler. Yeah, you did get lucky to get there.
That was very lucky.
That's rough. All righty. And really quick, before we get to Dennis, I do want to tell people about Fantasy Sports Advice Network. Since you're tuned in here, just want to tell you about our social media network, 100% dedicated to fantasy sports. You can go over there and get rid of all that other noise that pisses you off when you go on the other social media networks, and you can talk ball, and that's all you have to worry about. Because we know you don't care about what other families are doing for Christmas. You don't care about their vacations. You don't care about the chicken breast they cook for dinner, or the CrossFit workout they do, or any of their politics or any of that BS. You just want to talk ball. That's all you want to do on a social media network. So you can go to fantasysportsadvice.network and check us out, hang out with us, and have some fun.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com today.
Thank God for that, because I'm really not into the CrossFit thing.
Oh, that's surprising. Really? I thought that was like a hobby you had picked up. That wasn't your last year's New Year's resolution?
Always, every year.
Dang it.
I think I ate a sandwich once that they called a CrossFit, but that's about it.
You just turned it crosswise and tried to fit the whole thing in your mouth?
Yes.
I'm into fitness, and this whole pizza in my mouth.
That's it's gonna be a menu item name on Sandwich God in our butcher shop in our deli. It's gonna be the
it should be. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. That's great.
And since I came up with the name, I get free CrossFit for life.
So I had no more holiday ears, so we're going with Mickey, guys.
Cool. Yeah, your ears are sticking out as much as mine now, so that's awesome. Okay.
I started to change ball caps to be a smartass, but I'm not sure anybody would even notice.
I don't have close. I got to change now.
He's like, I got to change.
There's so much alike. I'm not sure anybody would have noticed.
It makes me feel any better, Brandon. I haven't changed anything either. I'm just,
okay. So
I'm just here.
Okay.
I'm just being goofy because I don't get to have my show on Wednesday.
No, you're not being goofy. You're being Mickey. God, you don't even know the characters.
Oh man.
I'm changing.
I didn't have a childhood, guys. It's fine.
I'm changing pants after every video. You just can't see it.
That makes sense. I'm glad we can't see it. All right, let's get back over here.
Yeah.
Dennis says, I know it's a little early. Who are we feeling on the waiver wire this week?
Not that early.
Ain't nothing left. And you're straight out of fab. No.
I know I am. Jesus.
It's funny. I got a couple dollars left in a couple leagues, but
that's a good question, though. I really haven't considered it too much.
Maybe.
Honestly, I'm feeling better about Penix. If you need a QB, I'm feeling okay about him. Mason Rudolph, I'm feeling okay about. I don't know. Quarterback wise, Brandon, do you have any other?
Trey Benson, running back wise.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. And then it really depends on the league you in, because there's some leagues that there are guys like I know Drake May was left in one of my leagues. And I would just really depend. I'm trying to really think of somebody that could really be beneficial.
So one that I'm thinking, and this is almost more of a question than anything, Deontay Johnson was probably dropped in most of your leagues, and now he's going to Houston. How do we feel about that?
Well, will he play Wednesday?
I doubt. Yeah, that's the thing. They're not throwing him in there, right?
There's no way
he was readily available. It's not like it was like a trade. They just picked him up. He could just fly there and go run a route, right? Like, I don't know.
So, but here's the deal. If he's such a cocky son of a gun, right?
He is, man.
And so I'm wondering if they can design just a few decent plays for him and he gets in that end zone, he could be worth it.
Yeah.
Granted, we need tomorrow news. We need tomorrow news to make this, to decipher. But if you're hurting and you're in the championship,
I'm not starting anything less than a 16-team league.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
It has to be deep. You got to be deep before
deep.
I'm taking a chance on him in a championship week.
Yeah, I agree. And I didn't really realize it until Brandon said it. Yeah, they play Wednesday, midday Wednesday. And you would need a Christmas miracle for him to be worth starting in your lineup, I feel like. So I would not be doing that.
I guess the only one I would think
landing spot though, Deontay Johnson to Houston could be fantastic for him.
Maybe, I know we talked about it, maybe Bryce Young. I mean, if he's out there, but I mean, at this point with waivers, I mean, I feel like we're pretty set now. I mean, if
Gus Edwards might be out there though. Like he really might be.
He is probably.
There's an opportunity for that.
Well, I dropped him for this game last week. Son of a gun.
Yeah, I don't hate Gus. I think my top claim this week would be Trey Benson if he's available though.
Yeah.
In case that knee injury turns out to be serious for Connor. And even if it's not, he could end up being a decent flex play if they split more evenly this week because of it. I mean,
Amber, I think you nailed it with Gus Edwards, though, because he has not been performing well. And so I dropped him before this last week to pick up Kendre Miller. Obviously, the wrong move. But I dropped him, Saturday morning or whenever. I don't know. Saturday morning before their game and picked up Kendre. But Gus balled out. And so, I think he's a good pickup there. And I think a lot of people probably had given up on him because looking back, I mean, the last time he scored double digits was, not at all the entire season. So this was his first double digit touchdown. They just used the hell out of him. And he's got a good schedule moving forward. I mean, granted, most people are only needing one more week. Some people might be needing two if your freaking league is set up wrong and you play championship in week 18. I mean, I like Gus Edwards. I think that's a good call.
What about Yoshivas from let's talk about the way Joe Burrow's been playing. Like realistically, like he's been a monster. Obviously, if you have the Burrow Chase stack, like there's a touchdown every single week, no matter what. That's amazing. But like, let's really put it in perspective. He hasn't been great the past couple of weeks. I mean, 8 points in week 14, and this is in basic PPR, right? We've got 12 points. We've got 4 receptions, 8.75 per target, right? So like, ultimately, like, I mean, he's getting targeted. I mean, he only had 3, but he was 3 for 3 on 53 yards, but a tutty. So like there might be a chance with Denver in the situation that they're going to have to, with Denver's defense, they might have to put in some work with that. So he might be a long shot, but it's an opportunity, if you have the space on your bench, I mean, and then check it out. I don't know. Just a thought. What do you guys think? I don't know.
Oh, my initial thought was congrats on your pronunciation of his name.
Yeah.
That was very impressive.
Thanks.
I think it's another one of those, like, it's got to be a long shot for me to take that chance because it's again, like, man, you're making a lot of assumptions, right? And his target share isn't high, and Higgins is getting more and more involved, and I mean, they might have Surtain or something.
I mean, even Chase Brown getting receptions.
Yeah, Chase Brown is catching so many balls.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I trust it that deep anymore. I think with Higgins back, I'm not trusting him. But it is an interesting thought of how they're going to lock up the other wide receivers. But I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing with Surtain out there. Like, I mean, who are they going to lock up with that? Right? Is it going to be a mixture with Higgins and Chase, or is it going to be just Chase? Or
I think they'll be able to just shadow Chase with T. Higgins being the threat that he is.
Agree.
Yeah.
But I think they're preparing. Sean Payton's preparing for this. Like, ultimately, like he's still preparing. He's preparing for all of their weapons. And so, I mean, we have to look when it comes to weeks 16, 17, and 18. If you're in a league that goes that far for fantasy purposes, like we really have to start to look at and see all right, who are they going to not play? Who are they going to play? Are they in the playoffs? Is it contention? Is it like, are they on the berth? Like, what's the situation? And so, I mean, this is where it gets really thick because they're going to sit players. Like, obviously, Josh Jacobs, like, thank God he had a touchdown in a great game before they sat him, but they put his ass down and we're like, over here. Like, if I could have gotten like another 15 from him, I might have had a chance.
Now, how'd you say his name? Yeah, whatever his name is there. I mean, I think now if you are playing the finals in week 18, I think he's maybe actually is a good pickup for that.
Yeah.
Because they might end up, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's not like they're playing for anything there.
I was just saying they're not trying to.
So they may not. I mean, who knows what that week 18 looks like? Just knowing how worthless it is. So I don't know. He might be worthwhile. And I think they play Pittsburgh. And last time they played Pittsburgh, he had 12.5 points against them. So I don't know. Might be a decent week 18, but I'm not trusting him in this week against the Broncos. I'm just not doing it.
I mean, trust is a strong word. I wouldn't use that, but I'm looking for reaches here where it's like if you're decimated at running back and you need those extra flex points or whatever it is, if you got double flex or maybe even triple, I don't know. Who knows? I got a couple weird I call it smash button leagues.
Yeah.
I think as far as waiver claims that I would actually feel comfortable enough playing this week, if it would be Benson if Connor's hurt and out. Yeah. Jalen McMillan is actually
what I was going to say next.
He should be
if he's still available. He's
available.
So I mean,
yeah, if he's available, snag him. I love the Gus Edwards call from you guys, but then also Madison and Abdullah for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, good point.
They play New Orleans next week against the Roman. They both had a good game this week against Jacksonville. I think they can do it again next week. If you need a running back, I'd be okay plugging either one of them in too. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it that I'd be willing to play.
Just letting you know, Jalen McMillan is only owned in 50% of leagues in Sleeper. So,
yeah.
Solid
flex receiver.
Absolutely.
That's wild. That's
wild. Share he's been getting. These guys got to pay attention.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
What do you feel about, one other one that might be available, this last one I'm going to bring up, and then we'll go back to the chat, is Coker, Jalen Coker. He might still be out there. And,
with Thielen back, I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't like Coker. I don't hate Coker if you're looking for a flyer, but I don't like him better than any of the other options we just went through.
Yeah. I just think they're playing Tampa Bay. Not a bad little matchup there. But again, it's kind of a late flyer. I like your list that you kind of listed off there, Kyle. So nicely done. All right, let's get back over here. Sorry, chat. Dennis, personal foul, breathing Mahomes air, half the distance to the goal.
Players disqualified. Chiefs win by 50.
There we go. Oh, I love that so much.
That's hilarious.
Oh, what defense? Chargers, Seahawks, Colts for the final. All righty. So you got the Chargers are playing against New England. The Seahawks are playing against Chicago. And
I've got my answer already. I'm gonna wait for
and the Colts are playing the Giants, and I know my answer already.
Who the Colts playing?
Give me the
Colts play the Giants.
Oh,
give me the Colts.
Giants. Whoever's playing against the Giants.
Yeah.
It's not even just that. The way that the Colts, so Brian on Sunday, he was very clear. He's like, look, they create scores, they create turnovers on defense, and he was not wrong. And I have not watched many, I'll say in person, while the game is on, Colts game, I've watched a lot of highlights, but man, those Colts, boy. Oh man, what did they do? They decimated this week. They just wrecked shop on defense. So obviously Jonathan Taylor finally showed up to play football this year, but
oh my God, what was
that?
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. So Colts consensus there for sure. Brent wants to know if you guys think Connor will miss. Really need him next week.
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah.
If I gave an answer,
I didn't know he was hurt. So you said it, Kyle. I didn't know he was hurt. So you guys said
that. He hurt his knee, but it doesn't give me any information on how serious it is yet. So
yeah, we don't really have any insider information. We just kind of know what you guys know. But Let's see. Cam, happy holidays, man. Whole week season. Ooh, it was decent for me. I was 2 out of 3. Not so kind to Kyle.
2 out of 5 is not okay.
And was not nice to Brandon. He was over. And Amber, how was your week 16?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, also not good. So I'm the only one on the positive side of that. But I was also in probably the least amount of semifinals. So my odds were kind of, anyways.
I don't know about that. I don't. Again, it was the worst
but...
year of fantasy football I've ever had. We'll put it that way. When you try to be a multifaceted, multi-talented marketing queen, and you're just you played in the most leagues you've ever played in your life, it's the worst idea. That's all. That's
there
all.
You go.
Who are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding. So who's this chick?
Queen?
Who's this chick? Who's this chick I need to meet? No, I'm just playing. But no, it's funny. The 2 leagues that me and Corey made play the championship in, it's the same league. We're playing against each other in our family league, and we're code managing a team in Truesdale. So.
Sorry.
Oh wow, that was professional.
Not Brandon.
That was professional, Miss Marcy.
I'm trying to find updates on I'm trying to find updates on James Conner, see if we got anything new.
All right. I like that. While you do that, we'll go over here to BHS Cardinal. He says Bryce has looked decent back half the season. You think he's a dynasty buy while cheap?
Sure.
He's not as cheap as he was.
He's not as cheap now as he was. Yeah.
But someone will be looking to sell high. What they'll see is a sell high. And so just to be able to get him at a pretty decent price, you'll still have to pay more. He'll never be as cheap as he was before, ever. Yeah. So don't ever wait for that. But you can still buy him now. I would try to do it now because if you give him a couple more weeks, who knows how much his price will go up. It will probably only go up from here. So
and then we'll probably be at peak. I would see peak depending on how the draft goes, but like right before the draft and right before rookie drafts for Dynasty. And then otherwise we're going to have the whole summer just guessing and then, influx of information. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. Unless he bombs this week and then you can buy low next week, but you can't risk it.
I mean, if they go in the draft and draft him a top offensive lineman and a number 1 receiver, then it's going to go up even more.
Right. Yeah.
Dobbins is back at practice this week.
Ooh. He is. He was removed off of IR.
I'm not trusting that either.
Dobbins is a free elf.
He said that Gus Edwards is going to lose touch this week when they test Dobbins out. I'm not worried about Dobbins this first week back. I'm just not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's questionable because if you bring him back and he's ready, but is he though? That's the thing. They're both.
As I'll say, he'll come back and then he'll blow out his Achilles, and
he's too fragile. You cannot trust J.K. Dobbins coming back off that. He's too fragile.
He's literally named J.K. Hey, I'm healthy. I'm gonna play. J.K. Like,
oh, Brandon liked that one, Kyle. That was good.
Well, it's like he never stays healthy. Never.
That was a good one. That was good. J.K. Anyways, Cam says week 18 championship here. Dang, dude.
That league is weak.
Talk to your commish. Unless you are the commish, then talk to yourself. What are you doing?
You need to take a good hard look in the mirror if you're the commish of that league.
I've played in one league like that ever. It was the worst. I was the 1 seed going into the playoffs and dominating, and then that last week and my entire team was off. And it was just like, what? Who do I play? I literally ended up dropping most of my team to pick up other people off of waivers so I could. It was the worst. I was like, this is stupid.
You're the guy starting that stuff we were listing earlier for waivers.
Yes, I was.
I really want to jump in real quick and just speak about JK because it was a knee sprain, so it wasn't as detrimental as some of his other injuries. And the fact that he hasn't re-injured an Achilles is insane. Insane. I mean, you were there, Brandon. We were all there at the expo with that injury panel, and that was for me. It was so wide, like eye-opening about these Achilles injuries, and for him to perform the way he has, it hasn't been the best this year, but he's had some great games. I would be slightly concerned. I think Gus Bus stepped up for this week, and if Dobbins is ready to go, I mean that's 4 solid weeks with a knee sprain.
But if he's active, would you feel good enough starting him?
Absolutely not. But if you don't have a
Well,
choice,
I don't think that's the question. I don't think that's the conversation we're having. I think the conversation we're having is him being there enough to turn you off of Gus Edwards. I think it's the conversation, not are you willing. I don't think anyone's comfortable enough to start JK, but are you with JK coming back? Are you willing to start Gus Edwards still? And again, I go back and this last week was the only time he scored double-digit points all season. I
wouldn't feel too hot about starting Gus without JK. So, yeah, I guess
they're throwing the ball a lot more too. So
when you're looking at it that way, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I would.
They're throwing the ball a lot more than we expected them to throw the ball. First of all, we were like, well, they're going to be a run-first offense, and then we're like, well, who the hell are they going to throw the ball to? And I mean, they're making do with it, which is pretty impressive.
Well, they ran a little bit more when JK was healthy, but I mean, they've got McConkey and then Panhands Johnston and who else? Nobody.
Hayden Hurst.
Johnston catches the ball like a third grader who's just learning how to catch a ball. Just let it hit the chest and trap it.
Yeah, we've all been there once, a long time ago.
Well, not all always have a chest that can catch the ball. Amber's like, I've been there. It just
bounces off. It's fine.
Oh yeah, pal. Like you can't do the same thing. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. I accidentally skipped one of Cam's questions. I'm going back to find it right now. He's not the commissioner, so that's good. I'm not down. I have him on my team. Cam, I like you. We're friends.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Starting Daniels, Barkley, Brown, Chase. Jesus. Okay. But need 2 flex this week from Thielen, Flowers,
Cooper
Cup. Bounce, maybe Dobbins. No, not Dobbins. So we know that.
I like how he says it's an 18 work league. Thank you. I was
the only way. Yeah.
Thielen's is a yes for me.
Yes,
that's where I'm at.
Cup is an automatic no for me. Who's
Downs? He had a good game. So I mean,
Brian Robinson.
And Downs has a lot of potential. They're going up against the Giants as well. I think that we might need to dominate again. Yeah.
And he's on punt return too, so that's also gonna help out too.
And then
I think I'm going Brian Robinson Jr.
I want Brian Robinson. He's just playing so freaking good.
Yeah, he's playing great football, but they're going so with Tennessee. Okay, so
they've been getting burned lately, I think, right? Who did they play last
night? Atlanta. Oh, Tennessee got. But why are we talking about Tennessee? For what?
Well, so BTJ is going up against Tennessee. So I'm just seeing. I'm just double checking my thought process. So
BRJ,
their passing defense, and it's like they weren't able to hold Jonathan Taylor, but the Colts.
Oh, Brian Robinson Jr. I read Brian Thomas Jr.
I thought that too, but then I had to
read
it. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought BTJ too.
I completely was. I was reading that wrong. Okay,
I'm sorry.
You're right.
I looked up Brian Robinson Jr. I'm like, they're playing Atlanta, and I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm playing Brian Robinson Jr. Yeah.
So anytime you put it as B or anything B something J, it's gonna be BTJ B because I've been yelling BTJ, chanting it all season, so I can't.
I had Brian Thomas.
Like BTJ.
I had Brian Thomas on the brain. But I still think it's BRJ. I think it's Brian Robinson is your answer.
That makes so much more sense. Cam, thank you. Sorry, apologies. It's late. All right. So good 2 flex. For me, I'm going Downs and Thielen, bro. I know that's wild, but that's what's happening.
Same.
I don't think that's that wild. Downs has some upside there.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Downs is up.
Downs is up.
I think there's potential there.
I want Thielen and Brian Robinson though.
That's my choice as well. And those 2 down there on the bottom have the right to the wrong opinions. So,
not everybody can be right.
I mean,
you are entitled to your wrong opinions. That is true.
I mean, it's.
I do want to put in. Can I say this real quick? Put in perspective though too. The Rams have the opportunity though to, they have the opportunity to clinch.
I'm not.
And we just have to be very conscientious of. I know Cooper Kupp has not done well for 2 weeks, but it is still elite Cooper Kupp.
Who do they play this Sunday? The Rams.
Rams.
Arizona.
Arizona, okay.
Yeah, they play the Cardinals. I'm very conscientious, Amber, of the fact that Kupp is not playing well, and I cannot start him in my championship game if I have any other options. If I have that list of options, especially.
Yeah. No, I feel like Pooper.
Cooper Kupp.
I'm just gonna reiterate.
Just leave it.
I haven't heard
Wrap
that
it up.
one, but I liked it. Sorry,
Wrapping
I
it
put it
up.
up on the screen. I liked it. Pooper Kupp, because that's what he's
I
been
hear
doing.
that.
It's crap in the bed, and so
Yep.
for sure. Oh, let's see. Wait, what is? Hold on. Oh, here we go. Should I drop Sam Darnold back up QB behind Daniels for Colts and start them over Chargers defense this week? He has the Chargers and remember he hasn't a week 18, so this isn't his final this week.
Right.
So he's also
pick the defense you want next week and drop the other defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the Chargers defense.
We're all doing math. We're like analytics.
The Chargers play Vegas next week, and the Packers play Chicago. So keep the Chargers, drop the Pack, and pick up the Colts.
That's it. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Nice job. Way to nail that. I was still doing math.
Yes.
I was like searching all the time.
I do math for a living. I'm good.
Over here,
Trying to figure out week 18 matchup.
We're in the memes like with all the numbers around us.
Yeah. Trying to calculate.
I'm still trying to figure out who played who.
Yeah.
So, he came in and said he wants Green Bay 18. Okay, then drop the other one.
Yeah.
Drop the Chargers.
Yep, if that's what
I would rather play the Chargers than Green Bay, but if you're set on Green Bay, drop the Chargers.
Yeah, he says Chargers have easy team, but Green Bay is hot.
They are super hot. I will tell you this as my lifelong sadness of being a Bears fan. I will tell you, end of season Bears against the Packers is usually pretty good.
Yeah,
it's usually pretty tight. The games are
Dallas,
very tight.
Washington always is. It's like you never know who's going to win that matchup, no matter who sucks.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where it's at. Like I mean, it's like I went to the game. We already clinched the division. I'm granted this is like 05, it's so long ago. We went to the Super Bowl that year, and like it's wild because like the game that was played was not. It was so tight, and it always is at the end of the season, especially when it's super cold. And I'm almost positive it's in Green Bay, which it is. It's going to be -27.
Oh, yeah.
I would refrain from Green Bay in 18. I'll tell you that.
And don't Green Bay play Minnesota this weekend?
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're in the dome, so
okay.
It's still
no
issues.
issues.
Tough
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I live there too. Fuck.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, dang. Somehow, Amber, it seems like the Bears have been in hibernation your entire life. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, but we did go. Nobody remembers. We went to a Super Bowl one time.
No one remembers number 2. Unless they're Atlanta Falcons giving up a huge lead against Tom Brady. That's like the only number 2 that people remember, I feel like.
Well, I would say the Bills being a repeat number 2 to the Cowboys back in the day.
Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, boy. Show that turd who's boss.
The McCaskies. They don't care.
Okay, now we changed the mind. Chargers 18 it is. Well, now if it doesn't work out, I'm going to feel bad, you know? Yeah.
I won't.
No,
doesn't care. He's like, that's what you do for having a championship.
Just come back. 18. I think I'm gonna do a week 18 show just because I didn't get to do a proper 17 for Queen's Ransom. Come back, Cam, and see me on Wednesday. In a week and a half.
Listen, Indy plays Jacksonville next week, so even if you don't want to play the Chargers next week, Indy against Jacksonville is still going to be a fine start. You don't need Green Bay either way.
Yeah, he says so. Chargers 17 as well. Don't drop Green Bay now. Yeah, I'm dropping Green Bay for the Colts. I'm playing.
Honestly, I'd probably play the Colts both weeks if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like,
who do the Colts play week 18?
Jacksonville.
Oh crap! Yeah, you're right. I think I'm probably playing
the Colts both weeks.
God.
But I'd still hang on to the Chargers so your opponent can't pick them up.
Yeah. Absolutely. I definitely wouldn't keep 3. And I know, I know Green Bay's doing really well and they're sleeping, but like it's just that 18 that I'm concerned about. 17, I'm not worried about. I think it's going to be It's going to be a great game, right? We're going to see a lot of sacks, I think, on both sides. I think it's going to be great defensive play. I think offense is going to be it's going to be good, but that we're going to see a little bit more from JJ. But Justin Jefferson is what I meant, guys. But oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next couple of weeks.
I'm nervous for this coming week.
I'm not, because I'm not in any more. No more.
As long as no one ruins my Christmas Day for me, I better look up and make sure I don't have any important things going on Christmas Day. Because that I still get crap for that. In fact, my wife gave me crap for that earlier today of our son's first Christmas when I yelled, "This is the worst Christmas ever!" when Kamara got his 5th touchdown against me in that finals matchup. But
then you flipped the script and Christmas Miracle, you still won that matchup. So
we won the matchup somehow. But man, yeah, I still get crap for that. Anyways, Kim, yes, you have it. You're dropping the Colts, or you're dropping Green Bay for the Colts and holding the Chargers. Correct. And yes, if you can get McMillan off of waivers, then do that so he can't. That's a great defensive move.
Good thinking, Kim. Good thinking.
Yep. So
absolutely, I can't believe McMillan is still on waivers.
Well, he's on waivers in a lot of my redraft leagues.
100%. So
that's weird to me. I don't know. I need to play in some basic bitch leagues. I'm gonna swear, but yeah, I really do. I'm not in any, and it's hard. Life is hard.
Too funny. All right, guys. Oh, yeah, it's an 8-team league, too, remember, he said. So,
thank you.
Lots of stuff in there. Anyways, all right, guys, we have reached our hour. We appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Cam, thanks for hanging out with us. You, the man. We became best friends. So, much appreciated. Oh, and it's his work league, so he'll get to talk crap on that all day, every day at work. Gosh, I hope that works out for you. Anyway, guys. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to go check out fantasysportsadvice.network and check out the social media website, 100% dedicated to fantasy sports, so you don't have to listen to all that other crap you don't actually care about. And good luck this week in your championships if your league is set up correctly. If not, Cam, then good luck in week 18. All right. See you guys later.
Good luck. Me and Brandon are going to go do.
May the odds always be in your favor.
Bunch of weirdos on this.